Morning guys. Okay, I just wanted to do a sort of review, more of a use video of this new IQTS244 saw we just picked up. So those of you might know that I already have the hardscape version of this saw, or sort of like the IQ saw, the IQMS 362 I believe it is. Great saw, we've been using it for I think 3 years now. It's awesome, dustless technology, and it cuts pavers really well. We picked up this one because we've got a lot of tile type jobs coming up. First one being a patio, elevated patio with these. These are 21 millimeter or 20 millimeter or 13/16 porcelain tiles. These things are super thick, very hard and dense, difficult to cut. As you can see, we tried scoring with the brake and the brake just couldn't handle it. It would score it, but then it just didn't have the power to break it. And that was the Ruby TZ1020, which I'll maybe put some footage of that. That thing is probably a great, brake for smaller tiles, porcelain, but it is absolutely garbage when it comes to breaking large format, thick tiles. And the TZ1020 does say it can cut a 21 millimeter porcelain tile. This is 20 millimeters. It would not break them. So I'll just show a little bit of footage of that. Rain? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Super disappointed with that brake, so I took it back. So this saw, I've literally done one cut with it, so it's got a fresh blade. You have to keep that in mind. It's always going to cut better on a fresh blade. However, I've got this dressing stone, so every once in a while you just make a few cuts into it and it'll expose more diamonds on the blade, so keep you cutting sort of like new. What else? So, one thing I should mention, we are going to be doing more tile work, so that's why I went with the tile saw, dedicated tile saw. You can, if you have the IQ 362, the hardscape saw, they do now make, I think just within the last little while, a 16-inch porcelain cutting blade for that. So that would be dedicated to, very hard material like porcelain. So you could go that route as well. But we went with this because it does a little bit of a finer finish and you can use it on real tiles, like your thinner type tiles. So let's get into it. We're actually going to this job today, so I'll try to get some footage of, cutting the full size tiles. So like I said, these are 20 mil, but the actual dimensions are 36 by 24. So they're quite large. We have to do some rip cuts. We have to do some end cuts. So I'll try and show that if I get my whatever together. So let's just do a little sample cut here and see how it goes. Okay, so I thought for an example, I would cut along here, and I'll try to keep it, within like an inch of the end there to see how nice it does close to an edge. Okay, so yeah, so we got 13/16, and we'll cut this dimension here, so almost a foot, and I won't speed it up or anything, and we'll go, we'll put it like that. So we're taking off, around an inch. So let's get going. It's got a nice laser, quite accurate, as you'll see. So here we go. So not bad, really nice cut. I mean, there's no chipping, major chipping, a little bit right there, but that's easily cleanable with a diamond pad or something. For example, that's the factory there, and then this is the cut that it made. Not too bad. And this thing here, I just realized it had this. I knew it had it, but I forgot about it. So it just shows the load on the motor. So you want to keep it in the OK section. As you can see, we were mostly in the yellow as we were pushing through, a little bit in the green when I slowed down. And then I did push it a bit just to see if I could get into the X. So that's a nice feature, I guess, but you can just listen to it and, you know, feel it out. So I don't know what that was. I think I started at 40 seconds and it went to 1 minute 16 seconds. So 30 seconds or so, 30 some seconds to cut almost a foot. I don't know, that seems all right. Again, you have to keep in mind this is very thick, dense tile. So yeah, I guess I'll try to get some footage of us cutting today at this job. I'll try to do a full 36-inch one and get some other footage and things like that. So yeah, I may do some more reviews on this saw in the future, later on down the road, as we've used it quite a bit, see how the blade life is, and see how the blade is after maybe this job. It's only like a 300 square foot job. You know, there's probably, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how many cuts we have to make. We have to probably cut about 50 or 60 linear feet, so it's kind of what we're looking at. So we'll look at the blade after we're done that. So sorry guys, didn't get as much footage as I would have liked on this day. However, you can see there I'm cutting a full 36-inch piece of that heavy porcelain with the extension table, which worked really nice, very accurate, easier than I thought to push through. But anyway, happy with it for this job, but in the future I will do more videos on this saw.